The grand chandeliers sparkled above, but in the corner bedroom of the mansion, a frail woman struggled to breathe. Mrs. Reynolds, once strong and commanding, was now weak and bedridden, her every breath heavy with pain. Outside the door, guests whispered about the upcoming wedding of her only son, Daniel Reynolds, one of the wealthiest young men in the city. But Daniel wasn't aware of what was happening upstairs. He was caught between seating arrangements, guests flying in, and the glitter of a high-profile marriage. His fiancée, Clarissa, was beautiful, sophisticated, and ambitious. Everything a man of his status was expected to want. Or so he thought. That afternoon, as Daniel slipped away from the crowd to check on his mother, he froze at the doorway. What he saw made his blood run cold. Clarissa was standing beside the bed, her arms folded tightly. Her voice, sharp and impatient, pierced the air. "You're holding him back. Always sick, always needing care. Do you know how exhausting this is for him? After we marry, I won't let you dictate his life with your illnesses." Mrs. Reynolds shrank into her pillows, eyes brimming with silent tears. Before Daniel could step in, someone else did. Elena, the maid who had worked quietly in the household for years, moved swiftly between Clarissa and the trembling old woman. Her hands trembled, but her voice was firm. "No, you don't speak to her like that. Not while she's in pain, not while she's fighting to stay alive. If you truly cared about Daniel, you'd respect the woman who raised him." The Clarissa's face twisted with fury. "You're just a servant. How dare you?" But Elena didn't budge. She gently adjusted Mrs. Reynolds' blanket, whispering comfort, shielding her with her very presence. Daniel's chest tightened as he watched. The maid, who had every reason to stay silent, had stood up for his mother with more courage and compassion than the woman he was about to marry. Clarissa noticed him then, standing frozen at the door. Her eyes widened, but it was too late. Daniel's gaze was locked on Elena, and for the first time he saw her clearly, not as staff, but as someone who cared when no one else did. That evening, the wedding was called off. Guests were stunned, rumors swirled, but Daniel didn't care. When questioned, he simply said, "I won't spend my life with someone who cannot honor my mother." The whispers grew louder when Elena was seen by his side, not as a maid, but as the quiet strength his mother leaned on and his own heart began to admire. For Daniel, the mansion didn't shine that night because of chandeliers or wealth. It shone because he finally understood what mattered: kindness that asked for nothing, loyalty that expected no reward, and the courage to protect love in its purest form.